Hello mes amis, I'm Grantaire and this is the... Well, obviously I'm gonna keep posting these videos, yeah! Because we've reached an agreement with les amis US de l'ABCD. I'm actually like part of the association now, can you believe it? Hence the change of title. Welcome to ZeVlogofaMisérable and les amis US de l'ABCD. And I'm also back with my ex lovely roommates. Say hi to L'Aigle.
Hi.
Bay.
Hi.
Du coup, je vais tourner la suite dans les chiottes et je vous promets que je ne ferai rien de suspect.
Attends, wait, maybe you should tell them about that agreement we've reached so that your viewers know?
Yeah, isn't that the whole point of having us here?
See, my dear, beautiful existing viewers, share, subscribe, love me. Actually, both L'Aigle and Bay perfectly speak English, a fact that I wasn't fully aware of, and they watched all of my vlogs.
Which you specifically recorded in English so that we wouldn't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to be rude. I just followed my stupid tongue wherever it led me.
And you obviously wanted your stupid tongue elsewhere.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
I think he means that it's pretty entertaining to see you trying to impress your crush.
Oh, you mean Enjolras? Not only do I try, but I also succeed.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't start these videos to impress them. I started these vlogs to quit smoking, and obviously it has been a success.
Yeah, sure.
This is an old one.
Sure, he's been there for ages. Anyway, to be honest, it wouldn't be much of a success if you did the vlogs to impress Enjolras either. I mean, why don't you tell them about the little discussion the two of you had? Oh wait, I'm gonna tell the story. So, they messaged them to talk about, to have a diplomatic discussion about the future of the GoPro. And you texted back right away.
I had nothing better to do at the moment. And you know what? I'm gonna find my phone and I'm gonna translate all the text so that the viewers can learn everything about it, because I have nothing to hide, and Enjolras can decide whether or not we keep that part in the vlog, since you now have total control over my videos.
Not total control, just the right to collectively suggest changes.
Yeah. So, here's the conversation. So, they, Enjolras, asked, "Do you want to be good for something?" And I answered, "I have that vague ambition."
They said, "You don't believe in anything."
"I believe in you."
Grantaire, could you do me a favor?
"I'd do anything. I'd lick your shoes clean."
I don't king shame.
I do.
Anyway, they said, "Give the GoPro back."
"I can't do that. The world needs me. It's my sacred duty now to give the internet its due."
Be serious.
"I'm wild."
I discussed this with the other members. What about learning to edit and work on videos for the association in exchange for using the GoPro? You obviously enjoy filming yourself. And maybe you can also use the platform of your channel to start discussions with members of the ABCD, like you did with Courfeyrac. And then, the next day, they barged into one of our meetings wearing a red scarf and claiming they were now converted to communism and ready to serve us.
I did that.
You sure
And
did.
Enjolras told you we're more anarchists than communists, because there's equality.
Without freedom, but in true freedom, there's no inequality.
And I whispered, "Sois tranquille, une aube rouge se lèvera bientôt. Mes vidéos sèmeront les graines de la révolte que tu attends.
And then they made that face.
No, it was more like this face.
Which is a perfectly ambiguous expression. I mean, like, yes. Anyway, you know, I love you, Enjolras, and I'm ready to spread the flame. So let's talk about communism in the toilet. You'll be able to collectively suggest changes. Hey, let's talk about communism, baby. In the toilet. So communism, first things first, you gotta know it's not a single threatening block. Like, there's a ton of stuff that are mixed together and it's a hell of a mess. But there are like key principles, like, you know, redistribution of wealth, giving the means of production to the workers, or like, you know, deeply restructuring society so that your boss doesn't exploit you, because workers are actually making shit tons of money for people who just sit on their asses. Those are the key principles from what I understood. And yeah, it all started with International, like international unions with European workers in London, and they wanted to apply like Marxist principles in industrialized societies where workers were, you know, starting to organize together. And yeah, they wanted it to be international because borders, frontiers, it's great stuff they weren't so fond of, like, you know, nationalism, wars, and treating refugees like shit. Yeah, and there were like many many international unions, because, you know, leftists, they love to fight over tiny details. That's their specialty. And there was also an anarchist international at some point. And then the Russians got rid of their emperor, the Tsar, and there was like, you know, messy shit, but in the end, the Communist Party emerged, and they wanted to be communist, but it's pretty complicated in a society that isn't industrialized. Russia wasn't industrialized, and it is still super big, super diverse, so it was pretty complicated. And so they forced industrialization. It was very violent. They did many other violent shits, and in the end it wasn't about, you know, redistributing wealth. It was about giving wealth to the party. It wasn't about giving the means of production to the workers. It was about giving the means of production to the party. It wasn't about restructuring society so that your boss doesn't exploit you. It was about restructuring society in an authoritarian way. And an absurd communist bourgeoisie emerged, and that was USSR. They were at the head of like l'Internationale Communiste, a communist international, and of course there was a French section, because from our perspective it seemed super cool, and it seemed super cool from a distance. Communism that actually works, yeah! So the PCF, le Parti Communiste Français, was like the big leftist party at the time in France. It was our big leftist force, and it started weakening when the shits that the USSR did were revealed, like, you know, Gulag and stuff, and people, moderate, wise people, blamed it all on communism, because, you know, why questioning capitalism? It works so well. And yeah, I mean, don't blame it on the principles, you should blame it on the people. Like, I mean, what happened in the USSR, was it really communism? Considering the fact that, again, it wasn't about redistribution of wealth, it was about giving wealth to the party, it was about like a minority, an elite owning the means of production. So was it really communism? Was it? Yeah. And like, communists still exist in France. They still exist, even though they're no longer the big leftist force. Like, we still have the PCF, the Parti Communiste Français, despite the fact that our ex-president François Hollande said that, like, communism no longer exists, and dreaming big is for naive workers or students. Capitalism works so well. But the PCF, like, they do their stuff, but they have problems. Like, for example, if you're a woman and you try to, push your little feminist agenda, they'll be like, the priority is the revolution, camarade. You should let your brothers, your camarades harass you, because, revolution is more important. Feminism will come with it naturally. So imagine them dealing with queer stuff and racist shit. Yeah. I hope it's clear for you. It is for me. But I need to clear my brain now, and I know that my roommates, they hit the weed in the toilets. So I'm gonna start a collectivization myself.